Well, good morning. Today is Monday, September 26th. It's time for our weekly meeting highlights. This week it's how to make meal prep quick and easy. I definitely need this subject to be discussed with me this week. But we always start off with how I did. As you know, if you watched my weekend vlogs, I'm really struggling. Really struggling. But I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. I'm not getting discouraged either. I'm just having a reawakening. But with all that being said, let's see how I did. I know, I wasn't even going to get on the scale this morning. I really, truly wasn't going to get on the scale this morning. I went for a little mini vacation and ate a lot of fudge and some candy and ate out and enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed my time, which is quite obvious with a 2.2 gain. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be way worse than that. But 2.2, I weighed in at 246. Oh my gosh. I swore I wasn't going to be in the 40s, and now I'm firmly in the 40s. I'm closing in on the 50s, and I can't do that. I told you I have a doctor's scale that has the little clunker thing that clunks every 50 pounds. I refuse to clunk it from the 200 over to the 250. I refuse. So now I'm down to a 58.2 loss. I need to get back on track. I have a plan of attack today. So check out my daily vlog to see what my daily attack that I'm planning for today, which is going to be a continuation for the whole month of October. We're going to see how that does. But today we're going to talk about how to make meal prep quick and easy. Oh, look at, they got low in points, high in fudge. I went crazy on the fudge. I'm fudged out, let me tell you. But it said, if you ever wished you had a have you ever wished you had a personal chef? The next best thing is finding ways to simplify your planning, your preparing, and your cooking. They tell you if you don't have, like I always think, the reason Oprah does so well is because she has a personal chef. She can have a personal trainer. But you can have a personal chef, you can have a personal trainer, you can have all of that stuff. But unless you have the mindset, her personal chef could be making her the best breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but then who's to know what she's snacking on in the meantime that the personal chef didn't prepare for her? She can have a personal workout artist, personal trainer rather, and she could just kind of half-ass it, just because she's got them there, she can only put the work in. They can only tell you what you need to do. They can only prepare you for what you need to do. But in the long run, it's you that has to decide that you want to do it. So stop saying, well, if I had a personal chef or if I had a personal trainer, that might help you out. But the first and foremost thing that you need, which I need, so when I say all of these things, when I'm saying you, I mean me. But since I'm talking to the camera, I'm going to say you. But you have to have the mindset. You have to have the tools. And just because you have the tools, you have to use the tools. It doesn't matter that you have them. I have measuring cups. I have measuring spoons. I have a scale. I have all of the things I need. I have the little things to prep my meals in. I have all of that stuff. But until I have the mindset to tell me, use your mind, use your free will to do what you need to do, I'm not going to succeed. And I'm tired of being on this merry-go-round. I really am. I can do better, and I will do better. So the first thing you got to do is lean on quick or no-cook foods and recipes. Pick up cooked proteins like a rotisserie chicken, frozen shrimp, burgers that are already, made. You can always buy the burger that's already made. Or buy pre-chopped veggies that you can add to a takeout meal. A lot of times I look at the pre-cut veggies and I'm thinking, well, I could pre-cut my own veggies and it'd be a lot cheaper. Yes, it would be a lot cheaper. And it would be a lot more convenient just to buy the prepped meals, like to buy the little prepped vegetables and stuff like that. One of the reasons I don't get pre-prepped things is I'm always worried about salmonella. Every time there's a recall on something, it's always like a salad bag or a pre-cut fruit or pre-cut vegetables. So I just think it's safer to do it yourself. It's more time consuming, I realize that, But sometimes I think that if you take the little time and effort that you think, well, you know what? I put the effort into cutting those cucumbers and carrots and all that in, so I might as well eat them. Whereas if you just pick them up, you go, well, you know, they're in there. I can grab them anytime I want. But, you know, I think that you get more of a self pride in doing it yourself, and just knowing that you don't want to put all that hard work to waste. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The second thing is, are you missing ingredients when you do have time to cook? Write a grocery list while planning meals for the week and get everything in one run. Consider ingredients you already have when you're planning your food, and choose recipes that use 5 ingredients or less. Think of pasta, stir fries, and salads. I try to, at the beginning of the fall season, I always go and I bulk up my pantry with all my canned goods and things. There's a lot of people out there that do canning of their own foods, of their gardens and things like that. I try to have as many things that on hand, that so that when I do need to go to the store, that all I need to get is just some fruits and vegetables. Mostly though, I do have a lot of frozen vegetables, but I mean like snacking vegetables like cucumbers or peppers. I know you can buy frozen peppers and things like that. I more or less use those like if I'm making scrambled eggs. I use a frozen veggie blend. But to snack on them, my newfound treat that I like is pea pods. I don't like peas. I can't eat a pea. I just don't like a pea. I just don't. But I like a pea pod. I love pea soup. I've tried making pea soup. I've tried like 3 or 4 different recipes. It just doesn't turn out the way I want it. So if I go out to a restaurant, I'll order a bowl of pea soup, which I know is higher in calories because they use better ingredients to make it a better tasting soup. And it's loaded with sodium. But every once in a while, it doesn't hurt to do that. But I think that if you have the ingredients on hand, there are so many channels out there that have such great recipes. Cat on Point does recipes. Jones Pointed Plate does recipes. Recipes with Roy does a recipe every Friday. And I've tried more than one of his recipes, and they're all good. I've tried every recipe that I've seen. I may not show you on camera, but if I see a recipe that I like, you know, we did a soup collab last Sunday, I think it was. Oh my gosh, there were so many soups. There was a couple soups that, you know, like I don't like shrimp and things like that. So they were like Asian blend soups, but that doesn't necessarily, I can make the whole soup and just not put the shrimp in it. You know, it's just, you can figure out a way to get around it is I guess my point. And you just don't want to cook every single day. I'm in that category right there. Designate one day to batch cook. Chilies, soups, and stews freeze and reheat well, and so you can store them in individual containers. And roast a large chicken, beef roast, or other protein to use later in no-cook meals. Like I just said, lots of soups. I have one whole shelf in my freezer of my pasta fagioli, which is the soup that I made for the collab. I have another shelf that's just chili because I love chili. It's a Weight Watchers chili. Joan did a stuffed cabbage soup that I'm going to try that looked really well. A lot of times, because it's just Jim and I, if I make like a roast for dinner, I'll make up little plates with the mashed potatoes and the vegetables and the leftover meat and put them in the airtight containers and put them in the freezer and have my own little frozen little, like a TV dinner. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now we're on to let's dive a little deeper. Universal time savers are taco salads, egg dishes, and burgers that come together quickly. Keep your kitchen stocked with ready-to-go ingredients, cooked brown rice, canned beans, frozen vegetables. Use tools like the microwave. It cooks frozen fish and veggies in a flash. A pressure or a slow cooker, and a food processor because it makes chopping and grating a breeze. And also in the WW Apps recipe section, scroll to categories like freezer-friendly foods and enter easy weeknight dinners. The only problem I have with the Weight Watcher recipes is they always have ingredients that you just don't have on handy. I know you can substitute other ingredients for it, but I just think that they should just kind of tweak their recipes a little bit. Whether you like playing chef or prefer the role of diners, science says eating more home-cooked meals helps save points and keeps you on track. That's so true. When you eat out, they have additives in the foods. They have sodium, They cook it way different than you do. You can get a steak out and it tastes so good. The reason it tastes so good is because they smother it in butter. Now you're not going to use as much butter at home as they use there. If you've ever watched like Hell's Kitchen or Master Chef or any kind of cooking show, when they're making stuff, you see them ladling, and I mean ladling the butter on whatever they're cooking. And that's what makes it taste so much better when you eat it out. But as most of us know, life also has a say in everything. Work, family, the desire not to cook. These things often have plans for your time other than shopping for food, chopping, sauteing, and babysitting the stove. We all live busy lives. I'm retired. I think I lead a busier life retired than I did when I was working. Sometimes I wonder how I ever managed to do the things that I do now when I was working. But as all aspects of life, you make time for the things that are important to you. And I think that right now, what I need to realize what's important to me is getting back on track. So that's really what I'm going to do. But here's a plot twist. You can have other plans too. By relying on time and energy saving shortcuts and quick and easy recipes, you're likelier to whip up more healthy, tasty meals at home and stay within your points budget. Yes, even when we're faced with a busy or unpredictable schedule. These tips may not get you cooking at home every night, but that's okay. With Weight Watchers, all foods are on the menus. Your goal isn't to become a 5-star chef. It's to make nutritious meals as simple, fast, and quick as possible, and convenient also. Do that, and it's easier to avoid in-the-moment decisions that tend to slow your progress, and you'll have more time to focus on everything else, including your success. I did find that when I first started Weight Watchers, I prepped everything for the week. I didn't do a meal plan for the whole week, but I had a general idea what I was going to eat. So when I went grocery shopping, I made sure I had all of those ingredients. I have a freezer full of meats. I have a freezer full of meals that I have in there. I have a pantry full of the staples that I need. Unfortunately, what I'm going to do today, not unfortunately, but unfortunately, I have a lot of things in my house that I don't really need, that I'm going to do a deep clean this week and get rid of all of the tempting foods that are leading me astray. I need to get rid of them. With school back in session, my grandkids don't come over as often, so I don't need to have cookie jars out. I can have a treat for them put aside that I can buy the day I know they're coming, because I pretty much know what day they're coming. So I could just buy something for them for when they come that particular day, and then when they go out the door, let them go home with it. I know that my grandkids love fruits, so I should stock up more on fruits for them. But now when they come to visit, other than family dinners, they don't stay very long because they have homework. They have, their soccer games and their football games, and they have their own activities. So I don't see them as much as when they were smaller. So I just need to focus on myself and just share my love with my grandchildren rather than the food, because that's really why they're coming. They're not coming here for the food, I would hope. They're coming here for me. So this is the month of October, I guess they're going to do the time-saving solutions. This was week 1. Anyway, 246, 2.2 gain, 58.2 loss. I got to get back into the 60s, so I want to at least lose 1.8 pounds next week. And I'm going to try my best using all of these methods for getting back on track and not give up on myself, because I just think that this is the way for me to go right now, and this is the way I'm going to go. I do better in the colder months for some reason, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. How's that sound? Stick with me. How did you guys do on your weight? I'm sure I'm the only one. I'm sure a lot of us are struggling, but I'm sure there's a lot of us that can give better tips. I'm open to any kind of a tip. I really am, because like I said, I have all of the tools that I need. I just need to take them out of the toolbox and start using them. And that's my goal, is to start using my tools. So were there tools that maybe I didn't mention that you think might work for me? Let me know, because I really would appreciate it. If there's a YouTube channel that maybe I'm not following that you think might give me inspiration, please recommend it, and I'll go over and check them out. If it's your channel, let me know, and I'll go check you out. But I am determined, because I don't want to see that over to the 250. That's scary. That's scary to me, because I was so close to from the 200 going to the 150. And that was that was so long ago and so far away, and I can't think of it that way. I have to just move forward, and that's my thoughts. I'm moving forward from this day on. So, but if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. Hopefully I see you here again next week. If not, I'll see you on my daily vlog. Always stay safe, make smart choices. You can do better than me. I know you can. I can do better than me. I can do better than I am, and I will. So I'll talk to you guys soon.